www.correionago.com.br. Correio Nagô, informação do seu jeito.
How do you feel about the Afro-Brazilian struggle now? I know that you heard about our struggle back home. So could you send some message to Afro-Brazilians?
First of all, the spirit that Afro-Brazilians transmit across the world is one of joy and strength and richness in culture. But what I am aware of is that in your country, you may feel invisible. What you have to know is that we are watching, we know you, you're connected to the rest of us. And I think that there are a lot of us that want to get to visit and share with you more. I'm dedicated to coming down to Brazil and extending my life and time to get to know Brazil from the Africa. You know, the strength of my father, very often people will make him an American subject, but my father was an international man. My father's only first generation United States. My grandmother, his mother, is from Grenada, and her mother is Egyptian. And so there's an old history and culture there. She was part of the Marcus Garvey movement and carried the word and translated for the Marcus Garvey newspaper in 4 languages: Arabic, English, Spanish, and French. So many times, even here in the United States, people do not realize that that's my father's own legacy, is being an international African. And on my father's side, we're from the country of Togo, by way of slave trade, but Togo. So we are the Iwe tribe. And we grew up knowing that information. So when I learned that in Brazil, you also have a population of people, you have a demographic of people that are Iwe, as well as Ashanti. No, Yoruba. That we have so much more in common than we ever realize here. And I have to say that in Bahia, Salvador, you know more about your history and culture than maybe some of the American Africans.
How do you feel now the challenge to our generation?
Well, you know, when I think in terms of the generation, we still have the same problem here in the United States. We're moving fast, and they're not thinking about yesterday. So my father is on his own news, other than the fact that he's iconic. But they don't ask what the struggle was about. They don't ask if I'm old enough or young enough to be in front of them. They don't ask me what was it like to have overcome obstacles or challenges and to fight for the preservation of our culture. So I think young people around the globe are moving so fast, and it would be very essential for Brazilian youngsters to realize, again, as I said earlier, that you're much more connected than you realize. The key becomes, you have to know it, we have to come there, and we have to have some kind of bridge or link that makes you also feel a valid citizen of the international population and not stuck. That the favela may be where you were born, but you're an international citizen, and you have the right to be able to move around, such as Senor Rogero as well, because he represents you, my father represents you. These are not people that once they're gone, they're away. We're still part of the same link.